Nicely in the hands of Douglas.
There's a collision between Chris Sutton and Craig Short, and Sutton trying to take a quick free kick, which is now delayed. Neil Lennon just putting the ball down, waiting for Balde to make his way forward onto the edge of the Rovers penalty area. Sutton's got his arm up.
Stay there,
and that's his flick on. Oh, hooked away by Neil. Sutton again. Petrov. York is the player on the far side for Blackburn. Ipswich Town have taken the lead against Sloven Liberec. Darren Bent on 69 minutes. That's a good start for new manager Joe Royle, isn't it, there at Portman Road? If they hold on to it, that is. This is Sutton. Looking for Petrov. Oh, it's Lambert. And now Lennon. Alan Thompson. In it goes from Lowerson, a touch by Sutton, but once again Blackburn not really stretched fully by Celtic, but it might be, I was going to say different at the other end. It won't be now because Agata's stepped in there to shake off first York. Now, Alan Thompson.
Well done, Henrik.
Dwight York with Valheron, who's played pretty well, the number 5 for Celtic, I ought to say. And here's Agat. He's a regular in the Belgian side, the centre-back. Petrov. Haven't seen too much of the Bulgarian apart from the header. On the ball now, this is Sutton. Again, Rovers breaking things up pretty comfortably. Two guys got Cole on the right and York on the left. Oh, and Dwight York gets away. Andy Cole makes his run now. Great deal of expectancy among the home supporters, but as yet no sign of the fulfilment from Celtic. This is Flitcroft for Blackburn, who must be pleased so far with their evening's work, with an hour gone, the English team. Oh, nice dummy by York to Cole. Now, David Thompson. Taking on Ulrich Lowerson. Well, not much change really, Trevor.
I thought Celtic had a good few minutes just now, but I'll tell you what, then there was a good dummy by Dwight York. I think Bandy Cole had been playing recently. He could have just let that ball run. He was in, but he stopped it with his back to go and knocked it back out, not knowing that he was clear. He's shaking his head there, but certainly York's dummy, wrong-footed the Celtic defence. But I just think they've picked up one or two of the loose balls a bit better the last few minutes, Celtic.
Well, they're certainly not short of strikers, Blackburn, are they? They've got Corrado Grubby and Matt Jansen also on the bench tonight. Two guy. That's a push by Taylor on Sutton. Free kick to Celtic. Balde makes his way forward again.
Here.
Line of 4 waiting in the penalty area for Celtic. Chris Sutton with the first run. Here he is. Nice turn by Sutton. Couldn't help it on to Henrik Larsson, though. This is Lennon. Valheron wide to Agat. Johansson magazine pass. Lennon. Blackburn just waiting to pick Celtic off there, really. This is Two-Guy. And Lucas Neal, well, Alan Thompson read that okay, but look at this for possession squandered by Celtic. They're going to win it back this time with Lambert. Lennon. Petrov. Tested really there by Flitcroft. Still Petrov. Lauerson with a long raking ball, but easily cut out by Johansson, and now it's Two-Guy. Well, Blackburn are really dictating the pace still in this second half, and as Celtic try to quicken it, it's Chris Sutton. Now then, Henrik Larsson's made a run in the centre, just ahead of Craig Short this time, but it just comes off him first touch, let him down, it goes through to Friedel.
He just got beyond Craig Short there, and I think he just wanted it a bit earlier, then he had to wait in there, and as you say, when he did get there, it just popped off him, which is unusual for Larsson. Usually his first touch is good. It's a good run by Sutton. Now you see Larsson's kind of get ahead of Short. He has it then, but probably just his touch. Actually, you've got to say it was a decent ball in, and really it was just a bad touch by Larsson. 12
goals in his last 6 games, Henrik Larsson, but that was the first sign really tonight that he might get an opening. Neal. Now then, it's David Thompson. Here's a live wire. And now Alan Thompson. Well, Two-Guy really running into Lennon there. Lennon signalling for a bit more movement up front, I think. Balde's gone to join them in the penalty area. This is Petrov. Now Lennon. And Balde will have to come back now, I would think. Valheeren to Agat. He's taking on Johansson. Back to Lennon. Going the long way round really here, Celtic, but Blackburn are forcing them to. Lambert. And they just can't make any impression at the moment on the English team's defence. Header by York into Cole. Duff. York again. This is Flitcroft to Two-Guy. It's opening up a little bit here for Blackburn. This is Lucas Neal. No, it's a waste really there, because Cole makes a gesture to say that he and York were both in a good position.
David Dunn's just about to come on. The man really was Thompson, who just got in behind them. A little reverse ball by Lucas Neal. I thought he'd come in inside and was just going to slip it through to the inside right position. Duff coming on, not a surprise, because he's been out for a while. Give him 65 minutes and David Dunn to replace him.
Well, not a bad sub. Made his England debut recently as a sub against Portugal, David Dunn. And as you say, he replaces Damien Duff, who probably has done pretty well to get the 66 minutes in tonight. Saw a shot of Tony Parks giving the instructions there, the Blackburn coach, 32 years with the club, great servant. He'll be as proud as anybody that they're back in Europe. This is Lennon on the pitch now with Alan Thompson. And again, they're looking for space. Petrov, Lennon. Still can't get behind the Blackburn back line. Lambert it was trying to inject a bit of pace into it there. Here he is again. Thompson, Alan Thompson. Lennon, Sutton. Alan Thompson once more. And now Petrov. And Agat. Oh, he overran it on the first touch. Picked up by Valherin though. Agat again. Lambert. Goal kick given. Well, 67 minutes. And, 2 substitutes used so far by Graham Souness. What does Martin O'Neill think about doing now, Trevor?
Well, he has got, I suppose, the likes of Hearts. I just think he's not going to change his shape. He'd be feel a bit more encouraged, I think, the second half. They have picked up the looser ball and they have threatened a little bit of getting numbers forward. 0-0, is it a bad scoreline? And not conceding the away goal, sometimes a lot of sides have got through with a 0-0. I'm sure it's not the scoreline he started out this part of the evening, but you've got to say on the balance of play, he's probably very happy to see it 0-0 at present.
Well, the last time Celtic played an English club in Europe, we were here. Liverpool it was 2-2 here, famous goal by Steve McManaman, and then 0-0 at Anfield, and Liverpool won on the away goals. That's forward there by Johansson. Dwight York. Celtic still struggling to manoeuvre a proper opening. David Thompson cut that out. Lennon then came in with a sliding tackle on him. And here they are again. Prodigious work rate in the Blackburn midfield. You'd expect that of a team managed by Souness. This is Dwight York. Then it was Flitcroft. Andy Cole coming in far side. Now, Larson. The others are a long way away from him at the moment. He's taking on Craig Short.
You said it there, though. The others are a long way away from him. He had no alternative than to work his way down the corner. Larson and Short just going to be spoken to. Steady on, bit of afters.
I quite like this German referee, Hermann Albrecht. He hasn't missed a trick. And that's not supposed to be a pun on Halloween, by the way, again. Sorry. But he hasn't missed anything. He's kept things under very good control. And he's spotted the little things going on off the ball. Not that there have been that many. Throw in to Celtic far side. Chris Sutton jostling the position here. Trying to get the flick on. Lambert's up there. This is Lennon. Balde. And, Flitcroft, no, it wasn't as dangerous as it may have looked. Brad Friedel in command. Because you'll have to look back and say that Friedel's save in the first half from Petrov was still one of the more lasting moments of the game, but it was an isolated one as far as Celtic were concerned. This is Lucas Neal. David Dunn, having just come on, gets a... Oh, and David Thompson coming in. Brad Douglas out to collect. Into the last 20 minutes then.
He just pushed a little bit back, David Dunn. I thought he was coming inside on his favoured right foot and was going to go for the top far corner, but decided then to just clip it in and try and find Thompson.
Lennon. Oh, good turn by Petrov. Henrik Larsson through the centre. Johansson covering. Big roar goes up as Celtic force another corner. Alan Thompson will go across to swing it in with his left foot. Here come the heavy mob from the back. Valherin, Ulrich Laursen, Balde. So far, Blackburn have been untroubled by Celtic's corners. Ulrich Laursen has gone right in on the goal line. Dwight York was back to help. Chugai will volley clear. Very sound team performance by Blackburn, you have to say. Dwight York there, not perhaps noted for his defending, but he was in the right place to clear the corner. That's David Dunn. He can operate quite happily wide, David Dunn, although maybe his future will be as a central midfield player, we'll see. Big impression in the under-21s, and then, of course, his first cap. And here's another man who's been picked, certainly in the squad, by Ericsson, David Thompson. And York now. Cole's prepared to make the run. Back to Chugai. Out to Dunn. It's going to come to Chugai again. Cole. York. Dunn. Headed away by Lawerson. But only as far as Chugai. Blackburn unrelenting here, but Andy Cole frustrated. The ball just chipped ahead of him.
Well worked again. Hansen, left back, getting forward out wide. Put it across the face of the goal. Couldn't quite pick anyone out. But again, Blackburn still, as it goes into the last 20 minutes, looking for that elusive way goal.
Yes, the Battle of Britain still poised at 0-0. The English team having had the better of things, but that counts for nothing, of course, unless you've got something to show for it. Although I have to say, as the away team, whatever the nationality, I would have thought the position Blackburn find themselves in at the moment gives them the advantage in this tie. Here's Dwight York. Little backheel to Cole. Now two to his left. That's a poor pass. Johansson. Chugai to York. Challenge was by Alan Thompson. Lambert. This is Petrov. It's a decent turn. He's got Henrik Larsson going through the centre. Taylor's in the way. Taylor and Short have been as solid as you like at the back for Blackburn. Nothing's got by them. Only Petrov with that early header. And they've done a good job as well, Blackburn, in quietening this normally boisterous Parkhead crowd. Here's Cole with Valherin. Coming up to the 75-minute mark. How much does Martin O'Neill gamble in trying to get the first goal? Still being outplayed on possession, Celtic. Dwight York holding on well. David Thompson. Still, the Blackburn passing is crisp and accurate. It's a decent ball by Neil as well. Laid off by Cole, but only as far as Lambert now. And he dwells on the ball a bit too long. Argat does better. Lambert again. Well, it wasn't the best of challenges by Flitcroft, and here we have the first Celtic substitution, and the familiar figure of John Hartson. Had a long and, well, not that long, he's only 27 now, but he had a varied career in England. Paul Lambert's the player coming off. Hartson, well known to fans of Luton, Arsenal, West Ham, Wimbledon, Coventry, Wales.
And he's doing very well for Wales recently. Comes on for Lambert and Lennon Moore, the defensive midfielders, so it's a gamble in the last quarter now, one I think Martin O'Neill needed to take.
Yes, I think he did. Now, John Hartson has gone straight into the penalty area for this free kick. There's Chris Sutton. Oh, that could have been dangerous. Here's Petrov.
Foot up for York.
Foot up, yes. Free kick. Dwight York, the offender. Now, Hartson might cause a bit of mayhem in there. Well known for his physical prowess. Also got a good touch for a big man, John Hartson. And I know he's been very frustrated at being left out of the side. Alan Thompson has been known to find the corner from here in his time with his left foot. and that is Thompson, and Brad Friedel able to make a reasonably comfortable save.
A decent enough strike, but Friedel's in such good form. It's not going to trouble him, not enough movement in the air, but, well, can they give the service to the likes of, well, Sutton's just dropping a little bit deeper in behind Larsson and Hartson, who are playing up as the front two.
That's an offside flag. I just have a feeling that Martin O'Neill, in a fleeting moment, may have wondered about playing that way tonight, because Sutton has before dropped behind the others, and Hartson has partnered Larsson. Hartson, who got 25 goals for Celtic last season. Lennon. Two-guy combining with David Thompson, and Blackburn, that's an interception by Agat, and he's got support here from Henrik Larsson. John Hartson in the middle, others joining. Hartson pursued here by Taylor. Good defending by the 22-year-old Blackburn man. Martin Taylor had a very, very sound game. But that's careless by Johansson, and Blackburn, well, it's equally careless by Celtic. That sums up what's been happening, really. This is Andy Cole. Neil Flitcroft. Oh, little dummy again by York. Cole. Oh, and Cole again from York. Just renewing their understanding there, Trevor.
Oh, that was a terrific little interchange. Just behind Andy Cohen. Just went, couldn't really take it in his stride, and the opportunity was lost, but it certainly was excellent link-up play.
Oh, look at that from Dwight York as well. Dunn on the far side. Two-guy. York. David Thompson looking for Cole. Well, you can see a bit of quality about the York-Cole partnership. And quality indeed about the way Blackburn have gone about their business tonight. I must say, I think they've been far the more impressive in what so far is still a 0-0 position here, with only just over 10 minutes to go of normal time. And you're going to see another change. This looks like Momo Silla. He'll replace Agat because they play in the same position. Indeed, this was another decision O'Neill had to make. Silla's had quite a lot of experience in the first team. He scored against Basel in the Champions League qualifier, born in the Ivory Coast, formerly with St Johnstone. And he will go over wearing 3 into the right wing-back position. Momo Silla. Two-guy. David Dunn. Oh, good effort, and Rad Douglas forced to turn it round.
Well, that's done at his best. Likes to play in the centre and get those shooting opportunities on his right foot. Hit it well enough, a nice height for Douglas, because got a touch to net deflection, so he didn't take any chances trying to catch it.
Taylor and Short have come forward, and this is Dunn again. Another chance to shoot, and he won't hesitate. He's good, strong performer, David Dunn. Local lad, as they say these days. Aren't many of those these days, are they? Come from Great Harwood near Blackburn. Very proud of playing for his local team, and equally proud now to be an England cap. That was a foul by Taylor on Hartson. And still time for one side or the other to take the initiative in this tie. This is Silla now, picking it up from Petrov. But taking it out. Petrov again. Neil slightly losing the place there, but this is Lausen for Celtic. David Thompson, two-guy, York. Bit tight that for two-guy, but he's good enough, well, more than good enough to turn that into a decent ball for Blackburn to Johansson. David Thompson's made a good run forward here. Turns it back again to two-guy, and Flitcroft points and says, give it to Neil. Cole spins away in the penalty area. York pushes it back to Neil. In it goes from Flitcroft. This is York into the path of Neil. Now there are three to his left. This is David Thompson. To Dunn. Two-guy into York. Now Cole. Dunn wants it on this side of the penalty area. Shot blocked, comes out again to two-guy. Now Neil. Andy Cole with the flick back. Oh, and David Thompson nearly capitalising. Good movement from Blackburn again. But Silla has made the break for Celtic. Just half stopped in his tracks there. He's got Hartson to his left. Nobody else much around at the moment. But this is Hartson. And that's been deflected. That's going to be a corner to Celtic.
There was an isolated break there, and Martin O'Neill getting everyone up, because if they could prize a goal, 1-0 would be a terrific scoreline when you think of what's gone before the previous 84 minutes.
Absolutely. So Thompson goes across to take the corner. Valheren's in the penalty area. And so are many others here. John Hartson up! Oh, what a save by Friedel, and Henrik Larsson was there! And Celtic have scored! Henrik Larsson has got the goal that means so much to Celtic on 85 minutes. Martin O'Neill's substitution pays off because of the presence, first of all, of John Hartson. This is a record-breaking goal for Larsson, but O'Neill knows it's the lead goal in the tie for Celtic. And the corner pays off. John Hartson up well. What a good save by Friedel. There was a man on the line. But Henrik Larsson, Trevor, a predator supreme.
Well, it was a great stop, wasn't it? The combination of Friedel and Thompson, but I think it was Taylor at lost. Look, is in front of John Hartson. It's a free header almost, and Larsson picks it up. How many times do you see a side has so much possession, miss chances, play really well, and in the end get punished? You just said, put everyone up for that one, and suddenly that 1-0 scoreline looked pretty formidable. They haven't conceded an away goal, and they're looking in a good position.
I'll give you another 1-0 scoreline. Ipswich have won 1-0 against Liberec at Portman Road. Joe Royle's first game in charge. They have a 1-0 lead for their second leg. Celtic may well have one for theirs. And Henrik Larsson with his 22nd goal in Europe for Celtic, putting him one ahead of Ali McCoist in the Scottish record books. And here's Chris Sutton. Well, surely they won't get a second, will they? Alan Thompson. Well, you've got to say about John Hartson, I mean, a checkered career in some ways, but always dangerous, and Henrik Larsson just needed somebody up there to open it up for him, really.
Yeah, I think Taylor just got caught, I think, the wrong goal side. It cleared him. And of course, when you get subs come on, managers mark people down, and then you have to swap people around, and they never quite mark as tightly, and suddenly the substitute isn't picked up as cleanly as has gone before, and they got punished, didn't they? Whereas Blackburn didn't punish Celtic when their chances came.
Well, what a second leg you'd have in prospect now if Celtic go out of this one up. Blackburn in 2 weeks' time, but there may be more drama here yet. 87th minute. Well, the crowd really now are roused after watching almost an exhibition of passing by Blackburn for a long time. Momo Silla. Henrik Larsson hovering in the centre again. That's a free kick to Blackburn, but well, the ground is really buzzing now. I mean, Henrik Larsson's record is so phenomenal. You almost expect him to score in every game. There's John Hartson's header. There's Henrik Larsson making it. Listen to this, Trevor, 176 goals in 222 games for Celtic.
You've got to feel for poor old David Thompson, who did brilliantly to head it off, and it just ended up going back to Henrik Larsson. I mean, Larsson's a terrific finisher, but yeah, it must be hugely frustrating for Blackburn, because they played so well, but they haven't taken their chances, and that's what it's all about this game.
Here's Lucas Neal. 2 minutes of normal time remaining at Parkhead, or Celtic Park, as I should say. 2 minutes perhaps for Blackburn to try and rectify things. Here's Taylor. Neal. Well, Celtic were a shadow of themselves for a long time, it would seem. But they're ahead at the moment. This is Neal again for Blackburn. That's York, oh, and short, and York. Tackled by Petrov. Now Andy Cole. Back to Johansson. Now Celtic are backtracking now. Dunn. Thompson. David Thompson going across Lennon. Tugai. Good advantage played by the referee. And now Chris Sutton. Caught in possession. Entering the 90th minute of the first leg of this UEFA Cup tie. Celtic 1, Blackburn Rovers 0. Tugai. Johansson. Oh, just stretching there. Now, Larsson again, and Brad Friedel comes a long way out for Blackburn.
I think you've got to say it's well done to the trio at the back, really. Valher and Bolde and Lawson, who have been under immense pressure. They've sometimes been a little bit exposed, but they've hung in there, got blocks at crucial times and kept a clean sheet.
Well, English clubs elsewhere doing OK. Fulham have won, Ipswich have won, and Leeds are leading 1-0 with a goal by Harry Kewell.
He has added on 2 minutes at the end of this half.
But then again, I suppose Leeds and Ipswich will be hoping for rather more than one in the home leg. Who knows, anyway. It's 1-0 here, and it's 1-0 to a Celtic team who for a long time didn't look like scoring.
Yeah, I think 2 minutes of added time as well, so not too long for Blackburn to try and get something back.
Well, that's put a very different complexion on the evening. This is Andy Cole to Dwight York, to David Dunn. Trying to work the shooting position, he'll settle for a pass to Lucas Neal. And it's Petrov who clears, corner to Blackburn. Now then, they've scored Celtic from a set piece, now they have to defend one, right at the end. Martin Taylor and Craig Short come forward. Come out to David Dunn, and now it's David Thompson with the cross. Oh, and the second one is a bit of a scare, really. We're in the second minute of stoppage time here. It's Alan Thompson for Celtic, who took the corner that brought the goal. Souness will be displeased about conceding, especially from a set play, after how well his team had performed. Here's Dunn. On the other hand, O'Neill will feel he's had a bit of a reprieve here. And the Celtic fans urgently demanding the final whistle. They lead 1-0. The second leg in 2 weeks' time. Here's York. And indeed, that's how it will stand when they go back to Ewood Park. Henrik Larsson, not for the first time, the key figure for Celtic. They get applauded off when for a long, long time, in terms of possession, the Scottish team. They were definitely second best. Larson sporting a black eye as he goes off. Martin O'Neill and Graham Souness waiting to congratulate the players. And the goal was a long time coming, but when it did, it was on 85 minutes. It was a corner by Thompson. It was a header on, or a header for goal by Hartson, the substitute. Brilliantly saved, really, by Friedel, but the name that will again capture the headlines north of the border for Martin O'Neill's team is that of Henrik Larsson as the first leg ends. Celtic 1, Blackburn Rovers 0.
Well, we didn't look like we were going to get a goal, and I suppose the team that looked less likely to score was Celtic, but that's how it is.
Result, but I've nothing but admiration for Martin O'Neill's side to play so badly for 90 minutes and be outclassed for the vast majority of the game and still win the game 1-0. Speaks volumes for them, and they kept going. Blackburn will rue the chances. I mean, there's so many opportunities, and it was just a lack of composure. Good Celtic defending, and you know, they had 6, 7, 8 great chances away from home. And if you've got those chances, and this level of competition, you've got to take them, because Mark, you will pay the penalty.
Yeah, Mark, do you think with the likes of Duff coming back from injury, Andy Cole coming on back from injury, if they'd have perhaps been at their peak of fitness, they might well have...
A little bit sharper, certainly, and you would have thought with Andy Cole they had a couple of opportunities, but you have to credit Celtic. Yeah. There are times when you don't play well, but kept a clean sheet. You know, that's the first thing if you're not playing well.
It gives you a good side,
it gives you a chance.
Win when you're playing badly.
Gives you a chance. But in terms of the goal that Blackburn conceded, it was an awful goal for them to concede. I mean, Martin Taylor he's probably lost the membership of the centre-back union because he just went completely under the ball. But
and
I feel a bit sorry
for
Blackburn.
Substitution as well.
Yeah, good substitution.
Oh, he's come on.
Maybe Blackburn were guilty of overplaying a little bit as well.
Let's have a look at it and see that goal.
Killer thing.
Well, Taylor gets caught underneath it. I mean, you see him pick up Hartson here. Just gets Hartson, checks back. It's a brilliant stop in the line combination of Friedel and Thompson, but Larsson,
that's why he's a goal scorer.
He's like a predator. He's hardly had a kick in the match, but he's come off scoring the goal, the vital goal.
So there's about 4 Celtic players reacted and no Blackburn.
No Blackburn at all. Maybe the fact that, in fairness to Taylor, he's had a really good season for Blackburn, but just what can you do? You completely miss it. And
but like you say, that's the sign of the great strikers. You know, he's thinking that there's a mistake going to be made here, and there might be a ricochet somewhere, and he's going to be in the 6-yard line. And when it comes to him, no danger, it's in the back of the net.
Let me ask you about Celtic. I mean, a lot of talk about whether they're coming to the Premier League along with Rangers. Does this give you some sort of clue as to how they perform? Would they struggle on that evidence?
Well, the thing about that is they don't have. That was a tough game for them, and they don't have that many tough games a year. In fact, you can say 4. The games home and away against Rangers. So which way do you come from? Is it the fact that you don't have many tough games, or should they be better anyway because the games are so easy for them? I think if they went in the Premiership, you're probably looking top 10 at the moment.
They're much better than that, the way they play tonight. And also, if you come into the Premiership, more money, more revenue to buy players, get stronger. Like Mark says, they'll be playing against better sides every week, and that would make them stronger. But on that evidence, you would say possibly top 10, but they would have been the top 6.
Let's get a better picture in the second leg. But 1 or 2 of the chances in the second half weren't probably as clear as cut as the first half, but one fell to the substitute.
Martin, Mr Lineker and Mr Hansen, Mr Lawrenson, want to know what you thought about that game, and congratulations on the victory, but what you thought about your side's performance.
Well, I mean, I thought we did fantastically well eventually to win the game. I mean, it's difficult to get used to a pace of a game. I mean, people talk about the game up here. It's frenetic, but I mean, there's composed play in the Premiership. Blackburn are a very, very good side at this minute, and it took us a little bit of time to get warm to it. We were a bit nervous and a bit tentative, and there was no need to be. We were just trying to relax a little bit. So we played behind the ball for a while in the first half. A lot better second half. We came roaring at it with the crowd behind us. I thought we did splendidly to win.
Were you a bit concerned that Blackburn seemed to be having so much of the play at any stage, or were you always confident that it would come your way, perhaps?
Well, I mean, you're only confident if you stick out and have a clean sheet at the end of it all. And we rode our luck a little bit. Just that 10-15 minute period just before half-time, where we were getting, as I said, a little bit tentative and a little bit nervous. But there was nothing to be. We just throw off the shackles in the second half. Go for it. Go for the game. Let's go and try and win the match. And that's exactly what we did.
Congratulations. Second leg, fantastic now.
Thanks very much indeed.
He's clearly quite happy with the result. I don't think he'll be happy.
I think he's lost his voice as well.
I don't think he'll be that happy with a lot of their
result.
defending, though, because there were a lot of examples we saw of Dwight York causing them problems.
Static.
They were, you know, we mentioned the 3 centre-backs at half-time. One's got to come out and pick York up.
There, Friedel got to Stilian Petrov's header, and Rab Douglas kept his side in it. David Thompson latched on to the loose ball, but Douglas held firm. Arguably, Blackburn Rovers were the better side last night. David Dunn forced another good save, and although Celtic sneaked the winner with just 6 minutes remaining, Rovers left Glasgow in a confident mood.
We are a goal-scoring team, and the one goal, we were settled for that before the game, I think. The one goal is not a worry to us, because we get at teams at Ewood.
It's only half-time of this tie, and I thought we played very, very well. If we continue to do that in the second leg, I don't think we should have any problems going through.
Of course, before even thinking about the second leg, Celtic face Aberdeen on Sunday. Most of the Dons players have recovered from the stomach